Match featuring highlights of the FA Charity Shield between Everton and Liverpool from Wembley.
It's another Merseyside invasion of Wembley as Everton and Liverpool get this season underway in the FA Charity Shield. Great rivalry, but by the look of it, great friendship as well. Good evening. Yes, here we go again. It seems only yesterday, of course, that Liverpool won the European Cup in Rome, since England played in South America, and since France won that European Championship in such thrilling style. It has come around very quickly again, I can hear you all saying. But I think there's no better way to set off another 10 months of football action than with a Merseyside derby, or indeed in the company of Jimmy Greaves and Ian St John, here with me tonight. Well, in a week when the government set out a report about football hooligans that I suppose was worthy enough but hardly hit the right targets, let's sample that special Merseyside togetherness. The fans of Liverpool and Everton, the Blues and the Reds together, the true spirit of the game, and let's hope that takes root this season. But now the action.
So let's take a check on the two teams, starting then with Everton, with Neville Southall in goal. Just signed a 4-year contract at the club. The same back four that won here at Wembley against Watford. Gary Stevens, Derek Mountfield, Kevin Ratcliffe and John Bailey. And then in the midfield, well, now we see Paul Bracewell, their new signing, and Peter Reid in the centre of the midfield with Trevor Stephen and Kevin Richardson also. And then up front, the two men there who'll be looking for the goals, Adrian Heath and Graham Sharp. Liverpool with Bruce Grobbelaar, of course, their goalkeeper. He hasn't missed a league game in the last 3 seasons. And then the back four, what familiar names, Neil, Lawrenson, Hansen and Kennedy. The midfield, of course, now missing Graham Souness. They say that maybe Nicol and Walk will combine to do that job in the centre of the midfield, supported, of course, by Lee and Whelan. Up front, Kenny Dalglish, who's been playing a little bit behind the front two in pre-season, now comes up front to join Ian Rush. And certainly for Phil Neal, the new Liverpool captain, quite a day. Come October, he'll have had 10 years at the club. And what about that? It's his 32nd game at Wembley, 14 for his club, 18 for his country. Ian Rush, again the main strike force of course, 49 goals last season. And what a strike rate when you look at it, 175 games for Liverpool, 108 goals. Well, one of his Welsh teammates, Neville Southall, will be out to stop him today. Everton say he's the best keeper in the country. He kept a clean sheet in both Wembley appearances for Everton last season, 27 clean sheets in all. And here's the new man for Everton, the midfield player, Paul Bracewell, 22 years old, who cost them £250,000 from Sunderland in the summer. It's his first appearance at Wembley. The referee is Keith Hackett from Sheffield. He hasn't refereed a game since the end of last season, although he was a linesman at the European Championships in France. And an absolute sellout at Wembley. Tell me any other sport in the world that could claim this sort of attendance for what is really a pre-season game at this famous old stadium. So here we go again then. Liverpool kicking off, attacking the goal to our right. Momentous Milk Cup final, the two Merseyside sides played here at Wembley last spring, which ended in a goalless draw with Liverpool winning the replay up in Manchester. And I think everybody holding their breath and hoping that we'll get the same sort of spectacle here at Wembley today. Here's Ratcliffe to Bailey. Heath just nicking it on, but Sharp is fractionally offside. Graham Sharp, of course, who scored the opening goal in the cup final against Watford. Kennedy. Mountfield's header. Well, getting there fractionally before Hansen, but the ball nonetheless coming for Whelan. And now for Rush on the far side. Free kick to Liverpool. It's with Nicol. Dalglish. Comes back again to Dalglish. Rush. And a quickly taken shot there from Nicol, causing Southall no problems. Downfield, who'll have the legs of Dalglish. Back to Southall. Outfield again. Gary Stevens. One ball forward, it's Heath who's making the break this time. Lawrenson's gone with him. And Grobbelaar came a long way out, and they've given it away again now as it comes in towards Sharp. And it might come still for Richardson. Crossed in there by Trevor Stephen. And a few fingers being pointed in that Liverpool defence, because that very nearly cost them dear. The corner about to be taken. And Stephen able to cross that ball in. And that was a sort of confusion you don't often see in the Liverpool defence. Stevens. And Rush caught a good 5 yards offside.
Oh, a nice turn there by Sharp. Well done.
It might come through for Heath. It might even come through for Richardson in the end. The experience of Phil Neal told everything. And although Heath claims there was a foul on him in that critical situation, it was the new Liverpool skipper who came to his side's rescue and got the ball back. No foul there, but a good interception by Neal.
A little buzz has gone round Wembley, feeling that Everton, in fact, have made a good deal of the early running. But at the moment, it's walk for Liverpool. Dalglish not able to control it. Neal coming in to try and retrieve the situation, and Gary Stevens in the end getting the ball back to goalkeeper Southall.
Dalglish with the back heel. Walk springing onto the ball there, finding Whelan. Rush on the far side. Stevens quickly made his acquaintance, and so too did Peter Reid, who conceded the free kick. It's warm work out there. Liverpool have played in this fixture 8 times in the last 10 years. So they know what hot August afternoons are like at Wembley. It's a marvellous workout with the season just a week away. A free kick then for Liverpool. I'm going to leave it to Alan Kennedy. We've not seen a lot of him so far. Good jump by Walk. And Rush very nearly in. Certainly a marvellous leap by John Walk that almost opened up the way. After Kennedy's free kick had floated across there. There's Walk. And Rush onto it. the stand. 16 minutes gone now. 0-0 the score. Rush. Has he got the pace to get past Stevens? He's certainly got plenty of support, not least from Ronnie Whelan, who's made a great break and very nearly coming through, and Everton almost giving it away. It's a tremendous break by Ronnie Whelan, and Walk too had made a great run from the midfield. Really was Liverpool at their best. But in the end, Everton got it away and then very nearly gave it back. Sharp. Bracewell trying to release Richardson. Has he got the legs of Neil? He's got Heath waiting in the middle. But in the end, Neil got there and conceded the corner. Richardson, a lad from Newcastle, will take it. Heath at the near post, so too is Sharp, so too is Phil Neal. That wasn't the header the Liverpool captain wanted. Heath with a header, and it could be anywhere. In the end, it was Grobbelaar who got it away. Dalglish could make little of it, and the ball came off Dalglish in the end for another Everton throw. Stevens, Bracewell, space here now for Ratcliffe, space on this side for Bailey, which he chose to ignore, and provided Liverpool with the throw. No chance for Peter Reid with that one. Kennedy's back pass that almost put them in a perilous position. Not again for the quick intervention from Bruce Grobbelaar. Stevens. And again, or rather, Hansen away. There's Whelan, little touch forward, Walk charging on, Bailey getting back. Comes for Walk again. It's all a little bit clumsy there at the moment. Lawrenson, Nicol. Sharp, Bailey. Bracewell. And Mountfield. Neil could get it back. He's made a mistake and was saved by his keeper when Richardson was through. Well, an unaccustomed mistake there by Phil Neal. A little too casual. The aggression of Richardson took him through, and the bravery of Grobbelaar kept Everton at bay. Everton's throw. In with a great chance there. Bailey with it. And Lee getting it away. Another Everton throw. Just as in that Milk Cup final here, absolutely nothing at the moment to choose between the two sides. Heath. Richardson. Good shot, but straight at Grobbelaar. It was a great piece of work by Grobbelaar. He became a father last week, a baby daughter. Neil following it into touch for a Liverpool throw. Now Kendall in the centre there, the Everton manager. Colin Harvey on the right, Mick Heaton on the left, Andy Gray, you can see prominently at the back there. 3 times in 6 months that they've been at Wembley. And the turn has been in Everton's fortunes. But of course, this is almost a second home for them. And Bracewell getting to it before Nicol. Ratcliffe. Changing the point of that attack well to find Trevor Steven. There's a bit of space for Bailey. Bracewell. It's fitted in really well and close to that centre of the midfield with Peter Reid. There's no doubt about that. A lovely touch by Rush and by Lee, and now by Dalglish. Oh, and he's missed it! The first time they'd really pierced that Everton defence with some lovely passing. Here comes Kenny Dalglish. Oh, 6 inches a foot. Back goes his head. Up goes the Liverpool arms. And Everton breathe again. Well, 100 goals and more for Liverpool. 100 goals and more for Celtic from Kenny Dalglish. And that surely was one that got away. Oh, a nice touch there by Sharp for Heath. Oh, great work by Grobbelaar. And suddenly it's all come alive. And it looked as though Everton, who would be on the receiving end one moment, would snap themselves in front the next. Heath lifting it, he thought above Grobbelaar, but Bruce was there again. With a header. Heath. Bailey. Heath. Bit of space maybe, although Lawrenson quickly closed it. Sharp trying to get the ball through, and Neil is there. Sharp again. Had a really good first half here at Wembley. Bracewell playing it in. Hansen didn't know whether to kick or head it. The ball hit him on the head in the end. Turned back again by Reid. Intercepted there by Kennedy. Dalglish. And Dalglish again. A little touch by Rush. Can Walk get to this? No, Bailey's there first. Richardson now for Everton. And now here's Bracewell. Oh, a good ball here for Stephen. With Gary Stevens outside him. Might pick this up. Stephen again to Stevens. Now Reid. And for Trevor Stephen. Good crosser of a ball. Everton's throw. Long throw, finding Sharp. Goal kick. I think the referee's saying a free kick for a push by Sharp. I imagine on Lawrenson. The save that was by Grobbelaar a moment ago from Heath. He's such a character. He's a bit of a joker in his way. He was a real hero in Rome in that European Cup. Final there by his attitude that lifted everybody, and that was a great piece of keeping a moment ago. Oh, a good break by Walk. Now, will they make it pay this time? Will Dalglish? No, it cannons off Southall, and Everton get a goal kick. That time it was Walk. That, of course, is one of his specialities, a great break from the midfield by the former Ipswich man. Dalglish supporting well, and a good piece of smothering by Neville Southall. Neil's header. Half-time, and no goals in this Merseyside clash here for the Charity Shield. thanks to a stupendous save from Bruce Grobbelaar. After that lob from Adrian Heath, a moment after Kenny Dalglish had gone right through, and then agonisingly for Liverpool had put it just a foot or so wide. So half-time here at Wembley, it's Liverpool 0, Everton 0. So Everton get us away. At the start of the second half, they now attack the goal to our right. Just taking a seat there, the man from Ajax, the Dane, Jan Moldu, who could become a Liverpool player within the next week. Plays in a friendly game in Ireland on Monday. Now Liverpool getting back, Hansen getting it away. Moldu, of course, a midfield player, and he could be the sort of man they're looking to bolster that midfield now that the absence of Graham Souness is there to be felt. And it's Everton's corner. It's Trevor Stephen with it. Good there, but it was Ronnie Whelan who got it away quite comfortably for Liverpool. Stevens, a really good first half. Richardson playing it in again. Heath, play through for Sharp. Saved well by Grobbelaar. For the lack possibly of that one little bit of waspish, devilish action in the penalty area, Everton could well have been ahead. Little touch there was good. It wanted a slightly better finishing touch than that, but good work by Grobbelaar for all that. And Everton certainly have not been short on confidence here against Liverpool this afternoon. Why should they be? FA Cup winners. And they've also acquitted themselves well here in a Milk Cup final against their famous Merseyside rivals. Swift challenge there by Derek Mountfield. And we'll have to wait for that throw to be taken. In fact, it's a long old history between these two clubs. 147 games played in all. Liverpool 154, Everton 49. Just one Charity Shield, which was won by Liverpool in 1966. Forward, it might fall for Whelan, but again, as you like, Gary Stevens is there. All this time Paul Walsh has been waiting to come on, but the ball just won't go out of play to give him his first taste of Wembley action. Sharp, Hansen, and now it has gone out of play, and Walsh will come on. £750,000 worth of striker from Luton. Sammy Lee goes off. I think Joe Fagan felt that the Liverpool men who won the championship deserved the right to come on and show what they could do again, and proving again that no matter what the price tag is, you still are not guaranteed a place in a Liverpool side. But now Walsh has got a chance to prove something, and Sammy Lee obviously something a little wrong with that left knee. Nothing wrong with Grobbelaar's interception though. What it means is that Kenny Dalglish has just dropped back behind the front two, and that Walsh now has a job up front with Ian Rush. Here's Dalglish just behind, and Walsh just a little too quick there and gets caught offside. Didn't score in any of the Liverpool pre-season games. Liverpool in their pre-season went to Germany, Belgium, Switzerland and Iceland. Sammy Lee on the bench. Yeah, a little bit of discomfort with an injury to that left knee. And now Sharp coming through. And saved first time and saved the second time. Oh, it ended off Grobbelaar. What a crazy goal. And it clearly went in off the Liverpool keeper, Bruce Grobbelaar. A really cruel ricochet there. After Sharp had threatened to score here, but it was stopped. Threatened to score there, and it comes then off Grobbelaar and into the back of the net. Well, what a remarkable goal. Sharp tries again, and it clearly an own goal by Grobbelaar. Sharp might like to claim it, but I don't think, in all honesty, it can be possibly said to be his. A freak goal and an own goal. And Everton are in the lead, and Liverpool have a real job to do now. So 56 minutes is when it happened. A bizarre own goal, and Everton 1-0. Dalglish, now Walsh. Oh, that's a beautiful ball played in by Walsh, and a fine piece of work by Southall. In the last 10 years, the two clubs have met 25 times, and Everton have won only 2. But they're rampant at the moment as Richardson takes it up. Cross in towards Heath, well cut out by Lawrenson. A corner to Everton, and the blue and white flags are really flying now. Richardson's corner, not a very good one. Kennedy away. Richardson in. Liverpool's throw. Kennedy, Whelan away on the left. Walsh has come very quickly off his man. Very active up front, but it comes to Neil again. Now Dalglish. Space on both flanks for Nicol and for Whelan, but eventually it comes to Ronnie Whelan. Now, can he get a good cross in for Liverpool? Whelan again. Dalglish couldn't get there before Mountfield. And now Kennedy. Steve Nicol. Long-range shot. Blasted wide of the net. Goal kick. But I think Joe Fagan, great old philosopher, he might smoke a few more of those and worry a little bit, but he knows he's still got a good side, even without Graham Souness. Nicol. Dalglish. Kennedy. Rush, played back for Neil. It's more like the vintage Liverpool until Dalglish is caught by Reid. And this is the new Everton. Heath. Bailey. Good bit of running by Adrian Heath. Sharp and Trevor Stephen are waiting in the middle. Didn't quite catch it properly, did Stephen. Lovely run again by Adrian Heath, and a nice cross in as well. Good work by Walsh. Oh, and a tumble. And Everton throw. Well, they're always difficult decisions to take, and it could well be argued that Sharp was backing in furiously on Hansen. whether Hansen was also doing a little bit of pushing. The referee indicating it was a bit of elbows. But here's Heath now for Everton. Played in quickly by Stephen. Oh, mistimed there by Grobbelaar. Richardson. Bailey. 8 Liverpool men are back, besides Grobbelaar. Richardson. And Stephen gets up there, but Neil gets it away. A very clever clearance, really, because here's Gary Stevens for Everton. Hit with a certain amount of pace and cleared over his own crossbar by Hansen. Another Everton corner. A little over 20 minutes left. Reed, Stevens, a shot on the turn, and Grobbelaar grabbed that. Sutton took a deflection there before it got through to Grobbelaar, and the problems aren't over yet for Liverpool. Heath, who's been really lively in this game. Reed. Stevens. And a throw. Really was a near one again, and good reactions once more by Grobbelaar. Certainly in terms of commitment, you would not distinguish this from the Milk Cup final here last March, and the anxiety to win. You see it just there in that picture. Just calm down, says Howard Kendall. Let's stick to what we've got. And realising what a victory over Liverpool will do for them. It's been very competitive indeed in this second half. And it certainly is a game that neither side would want to lose. Everton have a little under a quarter of an hour to hold on. Well, they've given quite as good as they've got in this game against Liverpool. But here come Liverpool again. Can Rush get through this time? No penalty. Challenge by Stevens was a good and a fair one. And the referee just looked at the situation and turned away. Suddenly Rush put on full power. And a perfect decision. As you can see, he played the ball and Southall gathered it up. Neil falls nicely for Walk. He still can't get Rush away. And had a good tight rein on Ian Rush this afternoon, in fairness. They've caught him offside often enough, and Ratcliffe and Stevens particularly have been in excellent form. Mountfield too. But really secure at the back this afternoon, Everton. But wait a moment. Here's Walsh, who's got the pace, but there are 4 Everton players around him. Dalglish supporting him. And Bailey, to the cheers of Evertonians, gets it back to Southall. About a minute and a half, I make it. Walsh to Dalglish. He did well to get that through to Dalglish, who's got Whelan outside him, and he tried to get it through again to Rush. And Ratcliffe once again was the master of that situation. Heath is onside, supported by Stephen. Peter Reed's right through the middle. And Everton just playing it around here. Bracewell, who's fitted in so well in the midfield for Everton. Richardson. And they're being applauded by their fans. It's almost like Bull and Matador here at the moment. And then Heath goes and spoils it
by letting it run out of play. So Liverpool get possession again. The last few seconds, and it's hard to see how Liverpool, even the great Liverpool, can save it now. A goal down, and Everton in possession in their half again. Gary Stevens. Stevens playing it in once more. Neil getting it away. Cheers as Stephen gets it back for Everton. All the way back, perhaps, yes, by Mountfield to Southall. And now for Bailey. Free kick to Everton. It's got to be all up for Liverpool now. We're well into injury time. Can't recall that a trainer's been on the field. Game again played in a marvellous spirit between these two old rivals. The only difference is that Everton have done it. And Liverpool, who so often have had it over their Merseyside rivals, now have to say, well, it's not our day. A wink and a smile from Bruce Grobbelaar, and a lovely picture there as he and Graham Sharp get together. And what an irony it is when you think that Grobbelaar made 3 absolutely splendid saves and was going to be a hero for Liverpool yet again, until that bizarre own goal by him means that his side are beaten. Joe Fagan on the pitch, and Howard Kendall, the winning manager. What a way to start a season for Everton with a victory over Liverpool. And then who will go up to get the Charity Shield. So the great moment then for Kevin Ratcliffe, leading his Everton team up those famous Wembley steps to receive the Charity Shield from the guest of honour on the day, Mr. John Fleming, Chairman and Managing Director of Vauxhall Motors. And here we have Kevin Ratcliffe taking the Charity Shield for Everton. What a way to start a season for them, with a victory over the old rivals Liverpool. A great moment for a team, really, that has been transformed over the last 7 or 8 months. Makes up for that defeat in the Milk Cup final. 3 times at Wembley in the last 6 months. A draw against Liverpool in the Milk Cup. A victory over Watford in the FA Cup. And I think they might well say the biggest prize of all comes in the Charity Shield, and that's a victory over Liverpool. Phil Neal, the new Liverpool captain. It's not quite the start Phil would have wanted, but he's a campaigner enough to know that there's a long way to go this season yet. And John Smith, Liverpool chairman, with a word for each of them. Including Sammy Lee there, and the substitutes, Michael Robinson, Paul Walsh, who came on as a substitute in the second half when Sammy Lee came off. Couldn't quite work the magic. And the referee, Keith Hackett. So at Wembley then, it's a storybook start to the season for Everton. Victors over Liverpool by 1-0.
Howard, they call this a pre-season warm-up game, but it's almost as though you've won the FA Cup, the League, the World Cup, all rolled into one.
It means so much, really, to our supporters that we got a successful result today. The boys have played really well. It was a competitive game, and I'm delighted we got the result.
You seem fitter than Liverpool at this stage.
Well, we've come to a peak too early, I hope not. Well, we had a good pre-season. The lads are sharp. I wouldn't say. If you've got the ball and you're playing well, I think you always look the sharper side. But we played particularly well today, I felt.
What do you think this will mean to Everton going into the new season now that you've got one up at last over Liverpool?
Well, it means it'll be a confidence booster for next week. I mean, we're going into the first game against Tottenham at home with the Charity Shield as well as the FA Cup. It means a lot of confidence, really, for the players. I mean, they must be cocked up at the moment. I've got a problem. I've got to select a side for next week.
And for your supporters, I saw some of them as I was walking around the outside of the stadium with 5 minutes to go, praying for the final whistle. It means so much to them.
That was me, I think. Yes, it does mean a lot to them, especially meeting Liverpool. You know, we say before the match that it's not that important. It is now, though.
John Bailey and Peter Reid, obviously a very, very proud moment for you both and for Everton Football Club.
Yeah, not only especially winning the Charity Shield, but beating the big enemy, Liverpool. Nice place to beat them as well, 1-0, and fantastic day. Supporters have enjoyed themselves, and especially us two v Scousers, it's a great day.
Peter?
Yeah, obviously, great day for Merseyside again. Good curtain raiser for the season. It was a quick game under very difficult conditions. It was very warm out there. The goal was very, very lucky, but that's what's going to win games between us two now. I mean, I think Suey's in the league in the Mill Cup last year was a one-off. He hit it with his left leg, went in the corner. And I don't know what happened with that one. I think it took 10 ricochet's, didn't it?
Off Alan Hansen, off Bruce and in.
They're the best ones, though. I mean, it was going to take a goal like that to separate us. And thankfully, we got it.
We've got one over on the old enemy, and that's how we can build it. Notice Greaves as we were running around, and he had a smile on his face anyway.
He was supporting Everton.
Yeah, hope he keeps that blue and white rosette on. I don't know where Saint is. We couldn't see him. He must be hiding somewhere.
No, he wasn't hiding. He's here, John.
I'll tell you where I was. I was in the toilet. I wasn't feeling too well, John.
I tell you what, he also had to run the gauntlet of a whole lot of Everton fans coming on, and he wasn't best pleased with that either.
It must have been marvellous. Love it.
But they do look a side of some substance now, don't they, Everton?
It really was a very good performance by them, Brian. Obviously, it was the sort of start that they would have been looking for. They were very solid at the back. Very well-organised midfield, I thought. Paul Bracewell fitting in well when you consider it was
That was interesting, wasn't it, with he and Peter Reid now?
Yes, they did play very well together. And up front, I thought Adrian Heath and Sharp were very good. They were lively. Heath, to me, played extremely well. And, of course, they were even, at times, allowed to play a little bit of keep ball. And I think we've got a bit of this coming up.
Right near the end, wasn't it? That must have been galling for Liverpool, I think.
It must have been.
Well,
I know that you're going to enjoy this, Saint. Listen to
Well, I mean,
crowd.
Liverpool have done this over the years, Jimmy, to Everton as well as other teams, and they've got
It's very nice to see somebody else do it, isn't it? You know, it's...
and they did it well, Everton, didn't they?
They did do it very well. You were very pleased about it. I know you were.
Well, listen, it is the Charity Shield, and you can't get any more charitable than your goalkeeper scoring a goal for your neighbours, can you?
That's absolutely true, sir.
But through gritted teeth, you've got to give a certain credit to Everton, haven't you?
They were the best team, Brian. Everton today were the best team, without a shadow of a doubt. They played better as a team. Individually, they had better players as well.
God, that hurt.
But what about Liverpool, though? Their manager, Joe Fagan, was certainly critical of their performance when he spoke to Martin Tyler.
Very dejected, actually. I feel today it's the first time, and I don't want to be too harsh, but the first time that we really didn't compete from a Liverpool side, and that was the annoying part. Everton were the far the better team, make no mistake about that. They deserve to win.
But it is harsh to say about your team that they didn't compete.
Yes,
strong words.
Yes, oh yes, very strong words. And as I say, I'm not one that puts my feelings out on TV. Only today, it has to be exposed today because it's one of the few things that we never say that Liverpool don't compete, but we did not in various departments.
Could you put your finger now, in retrospect, on why they didn't compete?
No, not really, no. This is one of the strange things. We did have a word with them at half time, but, you know, it's a funny feeling. You sense it, that Everton were on top most of the time, and we seem to not to be able to combat it at all. But it's very hard to put your finger on why it happened today.
One reason perhaps could be that you have lost a leader in Graham Souness as well as a considerable player.
He's gone, yeah, no, he's gone. He's gone. Forget about it. I forget about it. It's no use going back. You can't go back. You never can. But as I say, in retrospect, I don't think my two midfield men that I felt might do the job, Walk and Nickel, really did it properly. But again, what a day to do it on, because it's next week that the league starts, and we've got a week at least to put things right.
Well, Joe, in surprisingly critical mood there, Ian. As a former Liverpool player yourself, do you share that view that they didn't compete?
Well, they were a bit lethargic, I thought, throughout the game. But, I mean, Joe's saying there about looking forward, forget about Graham Souness and look forward. And I think everybody on Merseyside really are looking at that centre midfield position and saying who's going to fill that position. And today he tried Wark and Nickel, both of them there, and really it didn't come off. And I don't think that both those players can play that position. John Wark, for me, is as good as Brian Robson at getting forward. One of the best players in the game at getting from midfield forward into the opponent's box, and he did it today on 2 or 3 occasions. There he is, just crossing the halfway line at the bottom of your picture there.
Number 11.
That's him. Now, he starts a lot of his runs from the centre circle, and when the play is building up on the flanks, John makes his way in there, and you'll see him arriving. There he's making his run there. John Bailey gives him a little push there that the referee didn't see, but he makes his runs in there. And, you know, and as I say, I feel he's one of the best in the game. Here he is right on the centre spot now, making another great run. A super ball through by Ronnie Whelan, and he's clear. Now, he times his runs perfectly, and again, John Bailey came over again, and...
I suppose you're going to say it was a foul.
No, it was outside the box, so that wasn't a slight clash. But, you know, that kind of only did it a couple of times in the game, and I think if you say to John Watt, stay in as a central midfield player, then you're taking away from his strengths.
I can understand Joe saying, forget about Graham, because that is the past,
sure.
But the gap has still got to be filled, and if Walker and Nickel aren't going to do it,
well,
who will?
I mean, Kenny Dalglish was brought back in the second half when Samuel Lee went off. I think Kenny could play there. I mean, I think Kenny has now got to the stage where we all get to, where we don't fancy it up the front. It gets too hard for us, but he's got the brain and he's got the football ability to play in that position. And I think, given a run at it, I don't see any reason why Kenny Dalglish can't play the position.
Also on the bench, of course, is the Dane Jan Molbu, who's playing in a friendly on Monday.
Yeah.
Now,
well,
might he be?
Well, Joe has said he'll have a look at him on Monday and see what he thinks. If the boy impresses, then, you know, I would say that they might sign him.
I mean, in a few seconds, were you disheartened as a Liverpool fan by what you saw?
Well, I was disheartened, but last year at the same game, Charity Shield, Manchester United beat them 2-1. Everybody said, it's no go, Joe. Hard luck, and he won 3 trophies. So.
You never write them off, do you? But, of course, after all is said and done as well, the match was decided only by a freak goal, an own goal, by the Liverpool goalkeeper, Bruce Grobbelaar. An extraordinary goal. I mean, we see many like this at Wembley. I thought there is a sure certainty that Graham Sharp was going to score. In fact, Grobbelaar gets a hand to it and saves it well. That one is saved. Hansen saves that one, but look at that, straight to Bruce.
All I remember was when Sharp caught it down on his chest, turned, and he played one-on-one against me, and he feinted to go in on the outside of me and went inside. I happened to get onto my left hand getting down, and I blocked a shot, the first shot, where I didn't know where the ball went, and all of a sudden I saw the ball bounce right for him, and he had another shot at goal, but this time it hit Alan Hansen. And then I think it was Alan Kennedy who swung a foot at it, and it went straight to me and hit my foot and went in. So it was one of those pinball alleys one.
We noticed you looking up at the scoreboard, which registered Grobbelaar own goal, in almost disbelief.
No, well, maybe I'm the first one at Wembley first goalkeeper at Wembley to score a goal, an own goal, with my foot, that is. Yeah.
It's been an eventful few days for you, with a new arrival in the Grobbelaar family.
Oh yes, baby daughter. Not a small one either, a big one. 9-pounder, nearly 10-pounder.
Well, maybe as she gets older that you might play her back the replay of the goal you scored at Wembley.
Possibly. She might like that one. She might tell me what I've done wrong.
Bruce obviously proud of his little daughter Tali there. He is an extraordinary goalkeeper though, isn't he? I mean, he had 3 marvellous saves, and that could only happen to him.
He's a character.
Yeah.
I mean, he started the game by running out on the edge of the box in the first couple of minutes, put the frighteners up everybody, and then went on to, I thought, make 3 or 4 really marvellous saves and kept Liverpool in the game.
How do you rate him, Jimmy?
Well, like Ian, he frightens you, doesn't he? But he always turns in good performances. as for the goal, I mean, well, he slotted it in marvellously, I thought.
And he did make that marvellous save against Adrian Heath, didn't
yes,
he?
He did,
that was
indeed.
A stupendous bit of keeping.
Yes, he did, because Adrian Heath knew what he was doing here, actually. I think he spotted Brucey off his line, as is Bruce's want, and tried to put in a good shot, which he actually did, and it was a really first-class save by Bruce.
So Liverpool, you never write off. Everton, you have great respect for. I mean, in the last few seconds, who are the other sides very quickly that you're looking for now? I'm springing this on you.
Well, I suppose we've got to look at Manchester United, the Arsenal, and...
Tottenham, I have seen Tottenham, Brian, in the last couple of days.
And watch on the ball next Saturday for further developments.
Yeah.
But are you optimistic about the season coming up? If we can just get the fans right?
That, today, again, is a great advert for the game. Anybody watching that and looking how the fans have enjoyed it, how the players have enjoyed it, they've got to say that's the way football should be going this season, and please God that they follow the trend.
It's a great advert for the game.
Indeed. Ian and James, thanks very much indeed. That's it for this week. Next week, of course, the start of the league programme, as we say, and that's the return of the big match next Sunday afternoon. This weekend, though, it's Everton's, thanks to that bizarre own goal by Bruce Grobbelaar that brought such joy to the men in blue. Good night.
Sammy Lee on the bench. Yeah, a little bit of discomfort with an injury to that left knee. And now Sharp coming through. And saved first time, and saved the second time. Oh, it went off Grobbelaar. What a crazy goal.